Welcome back to my channel. My name is Samuna Casey. I'm actor and producer, and this is my channel dedicated to personal branding. And who does not want to develop their personal brand? And if you are interested, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. I post videos every week. Every time everyone said like this is the end of the decade, I get so stressed. I mean, even if I get stressed or not, it is a reality that this is the end of the decade. Today I'm gonna do a decade in review. Before, in the past years, I used to do a year in review. Why? Because I don't want to repeat my mistakes. I want to make no mistakes and stay focused. And this review is based on Marie Forlio's video that she did, a series on the decade review. I'll link the video in the description. You can go to her channel and watch her video and then do your own reviews and let me know how it goes and what are your learnings and what you let go and what are your goals are. I remember 10 years ago, I just have started my Facebook, and I still remember my first photo on Facebook. And I was living in an apartment in India. I studied there in a very small apartment, and right now the apartment I have is the dream that I had back then. Back then I didn't have TV, I didn't have internet. I used to write, I still write, so that's one thing I continued. And then when I talk about my past achievements, I would say like my undergrad degree in theater. I survived college and I lived alone for a long time. And also I did so many movies. I did theater. I survived teaching high school student acting, and I did a place like Alice in Wonderland, Tartuffe, A Streetcar Named Desire. And the performances, after performances, I used to perform every day. Also, moving away from Nepal, it's somehow sad, but still an achievement for me, because this has been my dream to go somewhere out of Nepal, somewhere out of India, to study, to work, and to learn. So it has been a big achievement for me to come into USA and being able to do all this that I have been doing lately. Another basis of my decade in review is the past learnings, what I learned in past decade. A very important thing I learned is like I need to seek for guidance, and not only from one person, from different people. I don't really regret, but if I would have approached the people I wanted to approach and ask the right question, my life wouldn't have been so different, but I think I would have achieved a little bit more than I already have. And it's so strange that people are so approachable and yet not approachable. And when we think they are not approachable, we don't talk to them, we don't ask right question to them. We ask question to one person and we don't like the answer, and then we just move on with our lives. But then what I learned is like, if I'm seeking guidance, then it's my duty to ask as many people as I want and do not stop until and unless I get the right answer that feels right to me. And then that's where you need to have some self-awareness that if that guidance is good for you or not. And you'll need to have courage, and I will need to have courage in the future, that if I don't think that guidance is right, then I need to be brave enough to move away from that guidance
and do my heart tells me to do.
Another thing I learned during this review is to face a situation. I used to think like situation will take care of itself and it will be okay by the time, but naturally it didn't happen. So in the future, I need to learn more to face the situation, work with the people involved in it, and then come up with the best solution together. If I have to pick only one thing out of this decade review, then I will pick this thing, that relationships are the most important thing in a person's life. Not only family relationship, love relationship, also work relationship and career relationship. Sometimes we meet people, talk about some project, sometimes it happens, sometimes not. But then regardless of what we get out of that relationship or not, the relationship should be the most important part of that equation. Goal setting. I remember I always used to have like big goals, and I always went for them and achieved them most of the time. But then what I realized, like when I was going for big goals, I was overlooking small details. As we said, like I was always striving for the destination and was not enjoying the journey. So in coming decades, that's what I learned from my past decade. So in coming decades, focus on the journey too, and still having my eye on the goal. I will not let that go. But having said that, small details are also important. One thing I learned from Frozen 2 is to do the next right thing. The big goal will always be there, but then to reach there, I'll have to do the next right thing, and I'll keep doing the next right thing. Another goal for me in coming decade would be like refresh myself as an actor. It's been 4 to 5 years I'm not doing any acting, and that makes me feel that maybe I'm not good enough. I'm not able to do the things I was able to do in the past, and I was kind of like in this inferiority feeling that maybe I will never be able to come back as an actor in future. But then I realized during this review, and that's why these reviews are so important, that I need to refresh myself as an actor. And for that, I may have to go into the classes, go into workshops or theaters. I kind of got lost because I was doing some time traveling. So this is another point where you can do your review or your decade review, is do a time travel, not in the past, but in the future. Imagine you are in 2030, and if you have to write a letter to your 2020 self, then what would you say? My letter would look like this. Dear Samuna, in 2020, I'm doing good in 2030, and thank you so much for taking care of yourself, for eating right, for exercising and sleeping well, and being so focused in these goals that I'm able to achieve today. And I'm so fit because you took care of yourself. You started to take care of yourself 10 years ago. And thank you so much for writing those books. Thank you so much for promoting YouTube channel. And she also would like to thank you for subscribing to this channel and hitting that notification bell, because this channel is gonna grow so much in 10 years that my future self is gonna be so grateful for my present self for starting this channel and giving all the value that I can ever give to you. Thank you so much for watching. You can also do your decade in review based on these points, and if you want to know more about these points and then more wisdom, check out her channel. And you can still stay on my channel and then share this video if you like it with your friends, and do a review with your partner, family and friends. It's kind of fun. We spend like almost 3 hours doing this, and it was a lot of fun, a lot of learning and a lot of insights. So I wish you a happy new year, a happy new decade, and I'll see you next week, because I post video every Wednesday and sometime bonus on Friday. A video about personal branding, marketing, and then how you can promote your business through your own self. Well, you can enjoy more of this video from my channel. Thank you for watching.